I was just thinking about like the things that I've done in my life, and I honestly feel like I've lived like a few different lives. Like that's when I was little. My nana and grandpa lived on like a big property, but also on the lake. So they had chickens. So that's anything chicken related. I've taken care of chickens. I had a rooster. His name was Choky because the big rooster, Red, because that's you're not supposed to have more than one rooster, like unless you like raise them together properly. But this rooster was not very nice, and my rooster was like a special breed. They were like fluffy almost, and they laid blue and green eggs, which were like super cool. But yeah, I named him Choky because Red would like grab him by the neck and like swing him around. So that's what his name was. But then collecting eggs, so I know that you need to have gloves because chickens are assholes. Um, my nana took me to go and like bottle feed baby goats. We marked them off with chalk, and that's my nana was back feeding, like finishing up feeding, and I went out into the pen with all the pregnant mom goats, and I'm walking around going, I know you can talk, just tell me, just say something, and all of a sudden one just went like made a weird noise, and then this like bubble appeared out of its butt. It was so gross. I was still so little, and I was just like, oh god, like that's yeah, I woke up the next day and my nana was like, that baby was born last night. So like that was really cool. And then I had a friend who her parents were really really outdoorsy. They trapped beaver, which was gross. Um, but we would go to their camp and we would have to like dig up potatoes and I don't know, do something with garlic. I don't even remember what it was. But there was one time that they dropped us off at the neighbor's farm, and the farmer would take the chicken behind the shed and chop off its head and then dip it in a big bucket of water and then hang it up for us to pluck all the feathers off. And the smell was like nothing I've smelled before. The flies were what made it as bad as it was because like your hands are full of chicken goop, so you can't like wipe your face or anything, so you're trying to like, and then yeah, the chicken flailing just like covers you in blood because they're like flapping and flailing because that's what they do after you cut their head off. Yeah, yeah. And then horseback riding, I've never had a lot of like luck with that. That's the first time that we went, I fell off and it just knocked the wind out of me. It wasn't really that big deal. I got right back on. But then like the last time that I went horseback riding, um, I have a little bit of memory of it, but not very much. I sat up in the middle of a field and I saw my horse, like he was like that big running towards, and I just laid back down, like no idea where I was, what happened. Like, so yeah, I got thrown off. I hit my head really hard, got myself a concussion. So yeah, that's my nana was asking, like, do you want to give your horse a treat? And I was like, no. Like, I was all sleepy because I was all concussed and I had to go to the hospital. But I think that's why I'm so like dead set on getting a farm for my kids, is because like it's just so good for them. Like everything about it is just so good, and I want to be like growing our own food and farming our own food, and I can skin an animal. Like I'll learn how to do it if I don't have somebody to teach me. Like I'll get there.